The 11-4 Kansas City Chiefs, sitting on top of the AFC, traveled to Cincinnati to play the 9-6, surprisingly, Cincinnati Bengals. I talk about Cincinnati every week. I love this football team, their offense. How about Joe Burrow? 525 passing yards in one game, one of the top passing yard games in NFL history. But he's got some terrific wide receivers in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd to throw the ball to. But their offensive line doesn't get enough credit. That was a big question mark with this game. This team. And Joe Mixon, the running back, has done a phenomenal job running the football. I like what Zach Taylor, the head coach, has done with his football team in a short period of time.
They really have done a good job, but still, you have Kansas City Chiefs. You look at Mahomes. He started out very poorly. He threw for 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Most of them came earlier in the year. He has some outstanding receivers. I think Hill is a great receiver. Kelsey's not going to play the game due to COVID problems, which is certainly going to hurt them. When you look at Kansas City, they average 28 points a game. On offense, Cincinnati averages 27. On defense, Kansas City gives up 20 points a game. Cincy gives up 20 points a game as well. So I think it'll be a heck of a football game. But I do love what Burrows has done. And he has Chase. Mark, when they were both at LSU, they were a great combination then. They just brought it to the next level. Chase, 68 receptions for 1,163 yards, 10 touchdowns. Now, here's the amazing thing. When you look at Hill has 104 catches for almost 1,200 yards. Chase has 68 catches for almost 1,200 yards, which tells you that he's caught 2/3 as many passes as Hill, but for basically the same yardage. Kansas City does not go downfield and threaten you deep any longer. Because of that, and at home, I think Cincinnati upsets Kansas City 27-26, and that would be a tremendous blow to Kansas City because they're fighting to be the number one seed, and they have to win out to do it. I don't think that's going to happen in Cincinnati.
I think Kansas City finds a way to win this game because their defense, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, has done a phenomenal job during their 8-game winning streak. They're only giving up an average of 12 points a game. They're getting healthier on that side of the ball, back in the back end and on the front end. I like what they've been able to do. They held Pittsburgh to 10 points, which isn't a great feat because Pittsburgh offense isn't very good. But when you break this game down, they're going to be playing on the road. Could be bad weather, which they're not worried about bad weather in Kansas City because they play in it also. They're a 5-point favorite in this game. I think the Chiefs win this game and find a way to win this game because Patrick Mahomes will make plays because their defense is playing better than Cincinnati's. Cincinnati will score. Cincinnati will keep it close. It's a 5-point game. I think Kansas City wins this game by less than 5 points. I got Kansas City winning this game 27-24.
Well, you mentioned the defense of Kansas City. The first 3 or 4 games, Mark, they were pathetic. I don't know what changed that around, but they have made an unbelievable transition in 3 of the last 4 games. 4 of the last 5. They've given up a touchdown, 10 points or less, basically the 9 points. So their defense is very, very strong. The thing about Cincinnati is they're inconsistent, Mark. They play very, very well one week. They're not so good the next week. But I think the fact it's home, they're in the hunt, will motivate them. That's why I think that they will upset them by 1 or 2 points because they are at home. But I would not be surprised if Kansas City eked out a win on the road.
Running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a shoulder injury. That kind of bothers me. He's questionable for this game. It's one of those things you kind of worry about. One good thing is Patrick Mahomes is not turning the ball over like he did in the first part of the season. As long as he protects the football, it should be a close competitive game. I think they win, but I don't think they cover the 5.
They don't threaten you enough downfield, Mark. Everything's short, and not having Kelsey is a big factor.